Hey guys, I'm here to bring you a special early review of the Mezco NYCC exclusive Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Well, we're going to call this classic now at this point because Wolverine's gone through quite a few costumes. Special thanks to Mezco for letting me review this awesome Wolverine. And the reason why it's awesome, we're going to get into that in a second. First and foremost, let's get started. Uh, First off, I want to start by saying Wolverine came out really nice. I'm not a big fan of Tiger Stripe. A lot of people don't know that. I'm a big Astonishing guy. That's me. I like those stories and what come from that. Tiger Stripe tells classic stories. Now, what Mezco did was they basically modernized the Tiger Stripe costume. As you can see, there's a lining going down the middle. The Tiger Stripe is definitely there on the side. A lot of people wish that it was larger. Sorry about that. Because there's a peg here, and then we're going to get into that. Actually, let's leave that off because I'm going to get into that in a second. The Tiger Stripe, people wish that it was larger. I actually like it being a little small. I like the dark blues. I'm not a big fan of the light blue stuff. I like that the blue, black, and the yellow all blend together really, really, really well. And I'm glad the shoulder pad came off because I want to talk about that. The shoulder pad is actually locked on this piece of an arm right here. There are two ball hinges that hold together really, really well. I was taking it off to make sure that it comes off easy. It's not tied into the actual costume or the uniform. It's just tied into Wolverine's shoulder. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna neatly plug that in. I'm gonna need my tweezers, which I don't know where they are at the moment, so I'm gonna try to use my finger. And basically, you use the pegs really nicely to just kind of just forward it and shuffle it in. And the reason why that is because, voila, you want the shoulder pads to be able to move up as you are able to do whatever it is you want to do. So if you want, you can have the shoulder pads upward so it looks like it's actually on the costume, or you can fold it down for that level of articulation that people actually want. Now, in terms of actual waist and upper ab crunch, you actually get a huge range of motion because it's a lot of free range in this Wolverine to allow you to do the things that you want to do so you can actually get really good poses. So I am a huge fan of this. Another thing is that the shoulder pad's actually on top of the figure. So I pulled it out again. It's really easy to come out, but it's on top of the figure, so they'll rotate with the figure. So you have nothing to really worry about. The head articulation is really nice. It rotates all the way around. It's on a ball joint, which is on a ball joint. So you get the range from angles that you may want. The legs go really far up. No risk of actually stretching or worrying about the uniform. It actually works really well like actual spandex. So you can actually do some really cool stuff. You can actually do Wolverine running. My arms are a little tight, so I worry about that. But Wolverine can actually run and hold a running pose. So for those of you that are maybe worried about that, you have no fear. He actually holds running poses really well. You can actually rotate the legs down here, left and right. And I know a lot of people talk about this. The ankle rockers on Wolverine are actually really dope. So Mezco is actually making to make improvements on figures. Obviously, it's not going to be for every figure, but you will get the improvement on many other ones because Wolverine already has it. Look, Wolverine can actually do the rider kick. So I'm already a fan of this. You have a nice range of motion that you get Wolverine that you average, you weren't getting with other figures, but you're getting it here. And I'm a big fan of this. Wolverine can take on many poses. And then I know people are going to ask, I'm going to pull it down. Can you do the obvious, the crouching Wolverine pose? Which you can do. It obviously doesn't look as good as it would be on a Revoltech. But as you can see, the range of motion is obviously there. And I'm a real big fan of that. The overall feel and look of this Wolverine is just so nice. It's very clean. It's very different. I don't know if people actually read comics, but to me, this is definitely, if Esad Ribic were drawing his version of Tiger Stripe, this is something that it would be like. So I'm a huge fan of it. I definitely take notion towards that. It's really nice. So the head sculpt we get is actually really nice. You can see the ball joint there. It looks like Wolverine under the mask. The long elongated ears are really nice as well. I'm a huge fan of these. Now, as far as the other heads, you get a growling head. This is Wolverine's fierce head. It looks really nice on him. And then we get an unmasked head. The unmasked head is really well done. I think the only problem with it is that the eyes, maybe it's just mine. Maybe it's because, I may have got one, but it doesn't matter. My only issue is actually the eyes. I think they're a little too small. And I think that the grin is done well. I just think that the teeth could have been matted white a little more. But otherwise, I really like the head sculpt. It actually looks like Wolverine overall. But you do have some issues with the eyes and the mouth. Again, that could be just mine. You never know. When somebody else's review goes up, we'll see. So I'm going to pop this head on so people can see what it's like. So voila. It really works for Logan. Now, as far as accessories go, what you get are open palms for Wolverine. These are really well done. They look really nice. I'm a huge fan of these. You actually get hands for holding weapons and swords and maybe beer mugs. Because if you have a beer mug, Wolverine likes to chug. So that's really good. And then you get the obvious Wolverine's claws hands. Now, the claw hands are really dope because the claw hands are really sharp, but they're soft plastic still. So Mezco found a way to make sharp claws work and still be soft and pointy and sharp. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what magic they did or to sell their soul for it. But I like that it's soft and still able to be malleable and not, if I drop it, it won't break. So that's something I'm always worried about, especially because I have cats. So there's that. These are really dope. So let me swap one of these on. Actually, I popped on the wrong hand. So I'm going to end up popping up both on. One thing I also want to note is that it has bicep swivel, but the lower arm cannot swivel. It's actually on there. So it's not like it's a different joint. So please be aware of that. So Wolverine looks really cool. I'm feeling this a lot. And it comes with an Ogun mask. Obviously, we're not getting Ogun, or maybe we will. You never know. But you can't just place the mask because it's only more meant like an ornament as opposed to an actual wearable mask. Just, maybe somebody can mod it. Maybe you can add a string to the back. But right now, it's just meant as an ornament and you can't place it on for obvious reasons. It'll fall off. Now, I'm actually going to put the normal head back on because we all know what people want to see. People want to see what does Logan look like, or should I say Wolverine look like, next to other incarnations. Here he is next to the Revoltech one. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends one. As you can see, he's probably the tallest of the three, but still short enough because he's still around the same range as them. So they definitely made him look stocky. They did the short build. I think it was done really, really well. And I appreciate that. They took the time to make him a little shorter. Now, compared to other Mezcos, when you look at Wolverine, he's obviously shorter. Because here he is next to Frank Castle, and you can see that he's clearly shorter than Frank. It's not one of those things where the same height. Even with the ears, he's still shorter. Look at where the shoulders are. So this is really dope. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to take pictures. Here he is next to an AI Ninja, who are obviously smaller, but they're around the same height. Here he is next to an SHF. And here's what he looks like next to a normal-sized Marvel Legend. Stockier build. And just for giggles, here's what he's like next to the Juggernaut. As you can see, still towers over him, still looks well. Well, guys, I'm pretty much wrapped up. I want you guys to know, if you found this informative, go ahead and let me know. I hope you guys helped you. Hope you get yours at NYCC, and if not, I really do hope you pre-order it because, honestly, this Wolverine is pretty dope. And if you are a Wolverine fan, which I know most people are, you're definitely going to want this in your collection. I'm definitely looking forward to the X-Force one now because that's the one I was aiming for. Could probably be turned into an astonishing costume, maybe with some mods. But we'll see. In the meantime, guys, do good, be good, drink your water. Thanks again, Mezco. Later.